Welcome to this week's episode of the Pit Therapy Podcast. We are going to be doing part 2 of our episode on Thrice. I know this was a long one, so we really appreciate everyone listening to it. We're going to be starting this episode off talking about the Vhessiu album and everything that came after. And look, I didn't give their later albums enough credit. I should have. They're albums that I've gotten older, I've gone back and listened to, and I love them now. I think it's great music. I think it's something that we can all learn to appreciate it if we gave it a chance. We had a great time talking about these albums. I hope you guys like it. Please leave a comment or something below on what your favorite Thrice album is or how you feel about these later albums.
Somebody hit somebody!
Vhessiu. This is my favorite album. And I guess it's other people's too. I thought I was in the minority. I actually don't like Image of the Invisible that much. It's all right.
You're crazy. How do you not like that song?
No, I like it. It's just like I don't even know that it's one of the best songs.
How can you question that song?
It may be my second least favorite song on this album. I think Between the End and Where We Lie is probably my least favorite on the album. Everything else is perfect. I don't know.
No, man. Here's the thing. Thrice's opening songs are always insane.
Yeah.
Always insane. And Image of the Invisible, this was the song, in all honesty, this was the song that I was like, oh, damn. Like, I really need to go back and listen to a lot more Thrice.
Yeah.
Like, this was the one, the gang chant, "We are the image of the invisible." Like, I was yelling it at my kids today, like walking around the house. Like, I love this song. It is so good. It is incredible. So what is your favorite song on this album? Before we go anywhere else, what is your favorite song?
It's Of Dust and Nations.
Okay, that's a cop-out. So we'll go.
It's not a cop-out, dude. That's genuinely my favorite Thrice song altogether.
Really? Okay.
Dust and Nations. Yes.
All right.
And then 4 Miles. 4 Miles is ridiculous. And then it's probably The Earth Will Shake, Hold Fast Hope, Music Box, Atlantic, and then Red Skies in there. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know. Of Dust and Nations. Come on, man. Like, I know you say it's cop out. It's the best song they've written. 4 Miles with it like starts with all the piano and is like all. I don't even know how to explain it. Like this, like cool classical piano sounding, and he's singing over it, and then at the very end, it gets into like the heavy parts and stuff. Like, dude, I instantly fell in love with this album, and we talk a lot about like the emotion music and ties and stuff like that. Like, I have very like emotional attachments. This album got me through like a lot of hard times, so that's a big reason why it's my favorite. Right. But like, man, I just like this is probably my most listened album my entire life is this album. And I still listen to it like constantly. I have nothing bad to say about it. I think the flow of it's really cool. I think they do a really good job at like pacing the album. You know, it has really good pace, like to slow it down with like Atlantic and then 4 Miles and then go right into like Hold Fast Hope and then like Mazda Flame. And then to end on Red Sky, I think this is a perfect album in my opinion. So,
all right, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and maybe listen, Of Destinations, like obviously, if I put Image of the Invisible in the top 3, like Destinations is in the top 3 too, right? Like 2 of the top 3 songs come off of this album for sure. But I think that it is a little bit of that holding on to the heaviness. Probably that the Image of the Invisible is just so good for me. Like it's that like
heaviness. You say heaviness, but like I think you mean like aggressiveness. Because the breakdowns and the heaviness and like The Earth Will Shake and like Moths to Flame is and Hold Fast Hope is heavier, right? But it's not as like fast. It's not aggressive.
Yes, that is the more hardcore
Okay,
aspect actually,
sure.
right? Like that opening just guitar riff before the vocals even come in, like it's just awesome. And then like to go into like a gang vocal, I love gang vocals. I
Yeah,
think that that's also another thing that's just phenomenal to me. Like it's just like the gang vocals there, it's easily recognizable, but then it's the openness when you get to the big booming chorus. You know what I mean? It just like it explodes on the image of the invisible. And again, it kind of sets the stage for this entire album.
yeah.
And so for you to say that's the second, like you're psyched. Um,
It's just
listen, I get it.
it's songs like "The Earth Will Shake" and like "Moths to Flame." They like I think introduced me to a lot of music that I'm a big fan of with a lot of the like melodic metalcore type stuff. Like I don't think I would have gotten into Misery Signals if it wasn't for this album,
Okay,
right?
fair.
Cuz like you listen to I mean obviously enough Dust and Nations because like the cool like melodic
Yeah,
guitar, you know. But this idea of like The Earth Will Shake where it starts out like really slow and then all of a sudden you get the like it goes right into the like the um how does the breakdown go? It's like I'm trying to think. I don't know. But anyways, it like the like flow of the song where it's like up and down, where it goes like really slow, and then it like dum, dum,
yeah,
dum, you know, and
yeah,
like it just was a completely different feel for me because like I don't know that we were really listening to like we were still very punk and like hardcore influenced. We weren't really
yeah,
like metalcore, drop tuned, you know,
yeah.
lower.
We hadn't quite gotten there yet, for sure.
Yeah. And I think this kind of opened the door of like, you know, like heavy chugging, lower tuned, you
Yeah,
know, stuff where you're
grimy.
just like headbanging back and forth to. And
I mean, one of the comments that you made before we even started this was that a lot of people said Major and Minor was like a grunge album.
uh,
And you actually get some of those grunge tones coming through on like the earth will shake. It's
yeah,
like a really it's a heavy fuzz
it's like a
that's just
sludgy, it's almost sludgy.
it's a heavy fuzz sludge, just kind of really just kind of gritty,
Hmm.
uh like low end. And like I totally get what you're saying. Um and I again, this is all setting up as a predecessor for what's to come. And I think that album or songs like The Earth Will Shake are what opens the doors for albums like very specifically later on, like To Be Everywhere Is Nowhere. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like that stuff starts coming through on those albums, I
yeah.
feel like. Because you
The
go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say you go on to the Alchemy Index. We're not gonna leave Vhessiu yet, but you go on to the Alchemy Index and like you listen to Fire, and it's more of just like a heavy arena rock album,
Right.
like with some heaviness to it. They don't go back to their like hardcore roots on it though,
Right.
right? It's very much more like anthemy style heaviness. Water, you get more digital with everything,
Hmm.
electronica, and they're like experimenting with like different sounds that are made on other things other than a guitar and stuff like that. Then you go into like air where you have that kind of electronica, but it's more guitar driven. But then earth is just folk and stuff like that. Like they kind of departed from Vhessiu for those albums, which is a
Yeah.
little bit interesting. And they kind of go back to it in Beggars, Major and Minor. They return to it, but then To Be Everywhere Is Nowhere really is a callback to
Yeah.
what you're hearing on Vhessiu.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
know. It is
The,
interesting.
the last thing I'll say about Visu is, you know, I listened to like, I got into a lot of the like, man, I don't know what you call it, like melodic metalcore. I don't know. This type of like melodic post hardcore stuff. Like there's a band out of North Carolina called Dens
Yeah.
that I'm like a big fan of. The Overseer. Some of these like solid state bands that were like melodic metalcore, melodic post hardcore, even the Color Morale. Like I love the Color Morale, but there's a level of maturity to Thrice and in this album that I feel like is lost on some of these other bands, right?
Yeah.
Like you listen to Dens, they have like really cool melodic parts, and I love hearing that. Even the Color Morale has like really cool melodic parts. But sometimes it comes off. I don't know that immature is the right word. I don't know. Almost like too emo-y. There's like a level of like maturity to Vhessiu that was like grimy and darker that made it feel more mature. I don't know another word for how to explain it, you know?
Well, I mean, at
Um,
the same time, so right, 2005, is this a year that Under Oath puts out their Only Chasing Safety?
I
Or
think
was that
so.
2003?
No,
Uh, Under Oath
no, because Define the Great Lines 2000. No, it might.
6,
Yeah.
right? 2004 is their Only Chasing Safety. All
Okay.
right. So we're listening to an album like their Only Chasing Safety. That is, what you consider current post-hardcore, right?
Yeah.
You want to take like the Artist in the Ambulance. Yeah, they're Only Chasing Safety is pulling a lot from that.
Yeah.
They're Only Chasing Safety sounds more in line with the Artist in the Ambulance than Vhessiu sounds to Artist in the
Yeah.
Ambulance. And so, like, if you're following up that kind of stuff, this is a huge departure from what you're hearing. Again, that breakdown on what was the song we were just talking about? The Earth.
The Earth Will Shake.
Yeah, the Earth Will Shake. It's
It's
nasty,
gnarly.
it's
Yeah. Yeah.
gnarly, it's heavy. You don't get a breakdown like that from Under Oath until Lost in the Sound of
Yeah.
Separation.
Yeah. I guess a way that I could put it is like Vhessiu, they're still wearing baggy pants, right? Whereas like a lot of the melodic stuff that's coming out later, like it's all skinny jeans. You know what I mean? Like you listen to Poison the Well, and it's like I'm not a Hot Topic kid listening to Poison the Well, right? Maybe.
Debatable.
I don't know. But you get what I'm saying. Like there's a difference in like the
Yeah.
maturity of a Poison the Well than there is to like a From First to Last. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the point I was trying to make with Vhessiu is like there's a level of maturity that like I think some of these bands missed on. And it's probably because this is their fourth album. Right? They've been doing this for a while. Like this is their fourth album. They know what they're doing. They've grown like
It's their fourth album, but it's their fourth album in
4 years.
5 years.
Yeah,
like it's wild how much music they pumped out. Like to go from Identity Crisis to Vhessiu is pretty wild in that short of a span, in my opinion, with what you had in between, right? So I think that maybe that is what everyone had issue with. Is Thrice pumped out so much music so fast that Identity Crisis was actually still pretty fresh in people's mind, to be honest with you, by the time Vhessiu came out. So yeah, it's wild. It is interesting.
Well, let's jump into the Alchemy Index. I pair these typically with Vhessiu, like we said. Like Vhessiu is kind of the turning point, and then the Alchemy Index. I mean, I remember when they first were talking about doing this and how cool it sounded. Right?
Yeah,
they were just like they're gonna do albums based off of elements. It's genius, and they nailed it. Like they absolutely nailed it. You listen to Fire, and because it was Fire and Water that came out first.
Yep.
I prefer Water over Fire. I actually am not like the biggest fan of Fire. Like I think Fire Breather is great. I think Burn the Fleet is great. But I liked Water more. I definitely listened to Water more than I did Fire.
So before we even go anywhere, I just want you to stack rank the 4.
Okay.
How do you stack rank these 4? Because listen, man, again, I am one of the only people who actually enjoys Air and Earth.
No.
Well, I mean, have them high up in their discography, right? Like I adore those 2 albums, but how do you actually stack rank?
I probably put Earth as my favorite.
Okay.
Oh man, it's between Air and Water as my second and third, and then Fire is fourth. It depends the mood I'm in. I probably in like a general, like normal mood would have put Air in front of Water.
So you're like me then.
Yeah.
But I guess how high do you have that in their overall discography? Like
these are
in general, are they pretty low?
No, these are probably 4 and 5.
Oh,
It,
interesting. Okay.
it's
So you have them right
probably
in the middle.
yeah, it's probably after. So I go Vhessiu, Artist, Illusion of Safety, Air and Earth, Fire and Water,
Interesting.
and then
Okay.
I don't know if I put Beggars in front of Identity Crisis. If
Okay.
you asked me 10 years ago, I'm obviously putting Identity Crisis, but as I've gotten older and gone back to Beggars, I'm put Beggars higher up.
Yeah.
So,
Fair. Fair.
yeah.
All right.
Are you the
That
same
actually
then?
surprised me. Yeah. I mean, like, it probably is earth, air, water, fire, I think is the way that I would rank those. Um, and I think air is the one that turns people off. Because listen, man, like obviously Earth is the outlier. It's going to be the folky music. We love the folk music. Obviously, we love
Yeah,
Dustin's like side project and stuff like that. The Lion and the Wolf is one of the coolest songs they have written. And
seriously.
I very clearly remember that 2008 show where they walked out on stage and they had the organ sitting there,
Mm,
and Tepe is sitting there playing the Lion and the Wolf intro. And if you actually go and did you listen to the Live at the House of Blues album?
yeah.
Straight up, I turned that on today and I was in the venue in Salt Lake watching this show again. To
Yeah,
start off with the Lion and the Wolf to go to the Whaler, I like it was eerie how like much I remembered this show going
yeah.
and seeing this all happen. So it's incredible. But Air Man, the stories that they tell
I
with
know.
Air, I love the Greek mythology, Icarus, all of these stuff, this idea of flying and like a song for Millie Michelson. Like it is just so beautiful.
So,
The lyrics,
yeah.
incredible.
Dude, Broken Lungs.
Oh, dude.
Broken Lungs is so fetching good. But you know what my favorite song is off this album is Silver Wings. I don't know why the cool beat, like techno electronic
Okay.
beat they have in the background as they're singing one falsetto, one like normal voice back and forth to each other. I don't know what it is, dude, but I'm like completely like enthralled with this song. It always
Okay.
has. It always has grabbed my attention with just the like back and forth of the music with the cool tech like electronic beat in the background. And I love it, dude. It's so good.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, it's a song like this that actually, this is gonna sound stupid, but like I was actually a big fan of like oh gosh, what's her name? Ingrid Michaelson, Regina, was it Regina Spektor?
I have no idea
Like,
what you're talking about.
okay. Anyways, if you go look up like gosh, is her name Regina Spektor? Yeah, Regina Spektor. If you go look her up and listen to the song, it might have been Us. I don't know. There was a period in time where it was just kind of these like electronic indie girl musicians that were coming out, and for some reason I kind of got into like a lot of like those kind of things. Like,
All
but
right.
it was a song, it was like Thrice
Yeah.
doing that song off of Air that actually is like it kind of opened me up to the idea of it. And it listen, man, it
It's
was dope.
good, dude.
Like,
Like the end of Silver Wings where the music stops and they both sing together.
yeah,
Chills, man.
yeah,
Like Air is so good. It's crazy if people don't like Air. Air and Earth,
yeah.
this is the better of the Alchemy Index, is Air and
Yeah.
Earth.
And the fact that people, yeah, what you said, like all the lists I was looking at have them as like the second worst albums. And I'm just like,
Mm.
you're insane. Like they're so good. But
But looking at like Fire and Water, um, like Digital Seas, obviously cool. I remember that music video and being like, thinking it was super awesome where he's like in the grocery store and stuff.
yeah,
Um, Open Water was pretty cool where it's like the really kind of sounds like they're singing underwater and stuff, and then it opens up into the chorus and like that's spectacular. The Whale though is my favorite from Water.
the Whaler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, the
lyrics of
Whaler.
it are really cool about like the guy going out to sea and stuff. And I think I don't remember. I want to say it's from like the point of his daughter or something.
Yeah,
or I don't
something
know,
weird like
something like
that.
that.
But
But it's just like lyrically, it's really cool. It really paints a picture, and the music, like, and this is what is crazy is like you listen to the song about a guy going out to sea and like not coming back, and like the way they did the sound, you're like, dude, I totally picture like someone being on like the coast when it's raining and there's
yeah,
water and like the
yeah,
storm's bad and like I just it's incredible that they could like actually get you to feel these things about elements. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know.
No, and it
Crazy.
totally hits it. Again, the lyrical content, the way that they wrote the albums, all that kind of stuff. Like you put it into Avatar: Last Airbender, and like it
Right?
absolutely exemplifies all the kingdoms. Right?
Yeah.
It's perfect. Burn the Fleet though, like Burn the Fleet is one of the best songs off
Mhm.
of these 4 albums. It is absolutely incredible. So we can't leave that one off for sure. But if we want to really just kind of go to it, like Earth, there, digging my own grave. I think that that's the one. Is that the one right at the
That's the one
intro
where they
where
did it
they're
in the
burying the
box and
box
stuff.
and you
Yeah.
hear it? It's dirt hitting the box.
Yep.
I was listening to this last night when I picked up my daughter from her friend's house, and he's like, "One more cigarette, just pour me one last drink or 3." She's like,
Yeah.
"Is he talking about drinking alcohol?" I was like, "Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
it is."
probably.
She's like, "So that's what pour me a drink means." I was like, "Yeah, that's what it means." This is it's just so good. The Lion and the Wolf we already talked about,
Dude,
but
come all
come
you
all you
weary.
weary,
So good.
Jinx, man. Uh, the the thing I was thinking about this song today, whatever guitar they were using, that it almost sounds a little bit like tattered. It's
Mm,
not clean and crisp. You listen to those chords and it has a weird buzz to it. And it actually almost sounds like if you pick up an acoustic guitar that's just like clean and polished, you don't get that kind of gritty
right.
ring out at the end of it. And it just makes it sound like that much cooler, but fits the song. It fits the song of like a weary traveler who has a crappy guitar. Like it's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Like it's just so good.
I mean, these are spectacular. And I don't think they get enough credit for what they did on these.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And I'll be the probably the odd one out that says Child of Dust is one of the coolest songs that
yeah.
they've ever written, where it's pretty much just them singing.
Hmm.
But then when it goes to that part where maybe this is the part where you were talking about where they put it in between a headphones, but it's like
Okay.
a very muffled. So it like really opens up. Go to about 2 minutes into this song, a minute 50, and it's the
Mm.
muffled and
Yeah,
they
that might
there's a
have been.
little bit of feedback, like things
Yeah.
are hitting the mic and stuff like that. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
This is like an incredible like artistic moment. Like it's phenomenal. These 4 albums, insane with what they did. Like I have been debating on buying these 4 vinyl releases that they
Represses. Yeah.
redid, and it's like $100 to get all 4, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to commit to it, but I'm just like, I have to.
I
Like,
know.
at some point, I've got to.
Yeah.
So, if
Yeah.
anyone has $100 and want to send me these, like, go for it. Wouldn't turn them away. So,
Don't do it. Make him buy his own. All right. We're super long. We're like an hour and a half in. I think we're gonna cruise past these a little quicker now.
yeah,
Beggars is next up. I remember when Beggars came out. I was not super into it. Like it took me a long time to appreciate what this album is. I love it now. I
yeah,
listen to this album all the time. The Wait is such a good song. Circles, like you could definitely tell that like when I was listening to some of this, was it which song was it? Was it In Exile? No, there's a song on here. I can't remember. Maybe it was Beggars. I can't remember which one it was, but kind of had like a Pink Floydy sound to it. Like it,
okay,
you could tell they were pulling from like a little different, influences and stuff. But
yeah,
like I listen to Circles all the time. I love
Yeah.
this song. It's so calming to me. Like they did such a good song, and I think people gloss over this album a lot because it's very different to what they've done. But when I went back and listened to it, I think I've appreciated it a lot more. In Exile is a top 10 Thrice song. It
So
really
can
is.
I ask you a weird question?
Sure.
Okay, so Identity Crisis, Illusion, Artist in the Ambulance, Vhessiu. People are starting to be like, I don't know if I'm in love with the direction they're going. Alchemy Index has come out, and do you feel like people were like, I have to like the Alchemy Indexes because I have to like Thrice because Thrice is an important band to the scene that I grew up with? And that's why when Beggars came out, they're like, yeah, I don't care about this anymore.
No, I feel like they did that with Beggars. I
No, that's what I'm saying.
no,
So,
yeah,
you're
no,
saying they forced themselves to like Beggars,
yeah,
and then maybe did it with Major Minor?
maybe. Major Minor to me is like one of their weaker albums
Okay,
because I don't it doesn't wow me. Like you can complain about Beggars because of how different it sounds, but if you really sit down and listen to it from a musical aspect, it's incredible, right?
yeah,
Like musically, if you take this out of Thrice's discography and you put it on its own, this is such an incredible album. And I
yeah,
think people only ignored it because they were pissed about Thrice. I think people genuinely like the Alchemy Index. If you're a fan of music, I don't know how you can't like that, even though it doesn't sound like typical Thrice. And even us, when we heard Fire Breather for the first time, we were like, okay, like
yeah,
Thrice is still there, right?
yeah.
None of us did that with Beggars, right? I don't think any of us
Fair.
listened to Beggars.
I
I didn't
I
listen to
didn't,
Beggars till like I was married and was like, oh shoot, I forgot about this album.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, and I guess maybe Sid forced ourselves to listen to it. Like, I think what you said is right. Like, you can't listen to the Alchemy Index and not appreciate what they did. To
Yeah,
understand what they did and like listen to it and be like, holy cow, that's incredible. Like, sure, but at the same time, it's not the Thrice you grew up with. It's not the
sure.
Thrice you knew. And so that's where I was like, when Beggars came out, I was just like, meh, I don't care.
See,
What?
I think people started to get that opinion with Beggars where they're like, okay, like I think Thrice is
What's
done.
happening here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Major Minor came out, and then I think people threw the towel in. I think they're
Yeah.
like, nope, they're done for good.
Okay. That's
Because
fair.
at least Fire had like some heavy songs. Air
Yeah.
had a couple songs where I think where they had some screaming parts. Like
Yep.
still felt a little bit it felt enough like Thrice where you could still listen to it.
Well, on
Beggars
top of
doesn't
that,
feel like that.
in 2007 is when Dustin puts out Please Come Home. And so if you're listening to Earth, like you're
Yeah.
like, okay, like I like what Please Come Home was. I like what Earth is. So
Yeah.
maybe you like 2 out of the 4 Alchemy Indexes. You at least like something, right?
Yeah. But see,
Beggars,
in 2009, you're probably listening to Rise Core.
that's the problem,
You
right?
know?
Like those are the shows you're going to. You're not going to, at least our age, right? So this is when we graduate high school. So we're
Yeah.
17 at the time,
18.
17, 18, right? When this album drops. And so it's like, I'm going to mosh. I'm going to
Yeah.
hit someone. I'm not going to listen to the artsy Dustin Kensrue. Like, you know what I mean? If they're going to come through and play the illusion of safety on the, holy cow, it's not even 10 years from the illusion of safety. Like, but like, if they're going to come play like some of their heavy stuff, sure, I'll go to
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I think that it lost its appeal because you almost feel like I should be sitting in a coffee house watching this,
Yeah. Which,
you know?
as a 35-year-old trying to like slow his life down, this is exactly the music I'm listening
Sure.
to. And I love it. Like Wood and Wire, like I don't get jazz. I don't think anyone gets jazz. I think jazz is just people up there banging an instrument, calling it music, right? But Wood and Wire makes me feel like I understand jazz a little more. You know what I mean? Like there's songs on this album. Look, I'm a caveman hardcore guy, right? Like we grew up going to shows, beating each other up. That's still like 80% of what we listen to is just like heavy, stupid music, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand normal music. I just don't get it. But I
Yeah.
listen to some of the songs off of Beggars and it's like, okay, I can do
Yeah.
it.
I mean, this is less jazz, more blues.
Blues,
Like this is where the blues all starts coming in for what they're doing. And
you listen to like,
they
the song Beggars and it's like, I kind of listen to normal music. I could be a normal person For how long is this album? 43 minutes? I could be a
I
normal person
I
for
could go
43
sip
minutes.
on a latte and read my
Yeah,
book
I can
with
go sit in
Beggars
a
playing in
coffee
the
house and like
background.
cross my leg, like sit there with a newspaper. So I don't know.
Put a
What do they
little
do at coffee house? I don't
your
know.
little glasses on your nose tip as you look down your
Yeah,
nose.
I could sit there. I could do that with the best of them.
Which, by the way, people who listen to music and read at the same time, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
that's crazy.
Like, that's insane. You literally are not paying attention to either one.
Unless it's like I'll listen to like lo-fi music or like classical music.
While reading?
Yeah, like when I'm studying for work and stuff.
Dude, I can't. If there's any sort of beat, my mind immediately is just paying attention to what's happening.
Huh.
I can't do any music. Like, I thought that was crazy when I was in college. I was living with our friend Charlie, and all the time he'd be like, "Dude, I've got my library playlist." I'm like, "You listen to music while you read about
Yeah.
math? Like, what the freak are you doing?"
I mean, I'm
So,
not listening to like Waking the Cadaver while I'm trying to study, but like,
shredded wheat, bro.
yeah, but like, I can listen to some of this. Anyways,
Sorry.
no, it's Beggars is a great album though, and Beggars is a great song. And I don't know, this album slept on. I think people can grow into it. At least I did.
Yeah.
I definitely like it a lot more than I did when it came out.
Yeah.
So
No, fair. I mean, I probably have listened fully through Beggars, like beginning to end, 4 times in my life, 4 or 5 times in my life.
okay,
Like, from beginning to end. Now, I've listened to most of the songs like just randomly from time to
yeah,
time, like if they
like
just
sat
pop
down and
up.
listened to the album.
But yeah, like front to back, maybe 4 times. So, I don't have a huge opinion on it. I think that, again, it's just going back to, it's just setting the stage for who Thrice is today, and this is them developing their sound. And if we jump over to major minor, this is again where I feel like what you said, most people fell off, they just kind of whiffed. But also, this is where the band was like, are we still doing this?
Yeah, they take
You
a break
know,
after this.
they do take a break, and like, yeah, I don't know.
I
I am
I
curious
don't
at what
I
this
don't
was.
hate major minor. Like I don't hate it. It's got good, like Yellow Belly's good. Call It in the Air is good. Words in the Water is an incredible song. Like Words in the Water is a great Thrice song. Anthology's cool. Disarmed is really fun. I say fun, it's like a sad song, but like I really like Disarmed. Like there's songs on here that I like. It's just I felt like a lot of this stuff. I felt like Beggars did this better.
Okay.
I felt like Air did this better.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the problem I had, I think, with a lot of the stuff that Thrice did after the Alchemy Index. Is it's like, if you're gonna, like, when you experiment your stuff, like, it's good, but like the Alchemy Index did it better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I still like it. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying, like,
Again,
I'm not gonna go listen to Major Minor. I'm gonna go listen to Alchemy Index.
yeah.
So,
I mean, if you made it to the Alchemy Index kind of thing, and you enjoyed the Alchemy Index, you should at least like a couple of the things that are on the later albums. If
yeah,
you got to Vhessiu and the Alchemy Index and you're like, yeah, I don't like Thrice anymore, like, you're not going to like anything else.
which is a
You're just
shame, but yeah,
you're
you're
just
right.
not.
Yeah.
But it's kind of back to what you said, though. It's more like, and it's the weird thing to say, and it's something that Tommy actually said when we talked to Tommy Green, is uh he questioned me when I was commenting it on like the new Holy Name song. He's like, "What did you like about it?" And I was like, "I don't know. It was like dad core. It was like dad metalcore. Like, it was like dad rock." And like, that's how I feel about like Thrice at this point. Like,
Yeah,
it, at the age of 18 to 20 when these
I'm not gonna
albums
like it.
dropped, I was like, that's cool. Like, I understand it's artsy, it's fun, like, but I don't I want to go listen to Comeback Kid. I want to go listen to pop punk. I was listening to pop punk at the time. I'm listening to fast, upbeat, happy stuff. I don't want to listen to like slow, bluesy,
Right.
jazzy kind of
Yeah.
things. So like, I fell off with Thrice pretty hard for a long time, for sure. Um, and I like if I listen to Beggars 4 times through, I've listened to Major Minor like once through, like
Yeah.
front to back. Like I
I
just
actually, I actually listened to Major Minor a decent amount
really
because it was one of the few albums that like I could put on and my wife would listen to it and not get mad. And
interesting.
so like I would listen to it and it was fine, but then I would be like trying to slip in like, hey, the Paper Tigers,
Right?
and
Oh,
yeah,
it just
it
played by
just
itself.
yeah, how'd that get in there? Yeah, yeah. So like I don't have any issues with it. Like it's fine. It's a good album. Like I mean it's still better than like everything else that
So
most
here's the
people do.
thing. Dustin can't write a bad melody line.
Yeah.
If you just want to strip out everything else, like Tepe is phenomenal musician.
Hmm.
Like the Breckenridge brothers, incredible, right? Like the drum patterns, the drum beats, the bass lines that they drive, and everything that builds around the bass and stuff. Like it's all phenomenal. But if you just want to take out like what is the one thing that Thrice does insanely well, in my opinion, is Dustin's melodies.
Yeah.
The way that he structures, whether it's like the low, soft spoken, like have to put your lips on the microphone so it picks it up kind of thing, or where he starts to get into his screaming and yelling and stuff like
Hmm.
that, like he is incredible. And you almost can just tell like a Thrice song just by the melody lines that
Yeah.
Dustin makes. Like it's very specific to him, I
Hmm.
feel like. And I don't know if I've ever been like, "Oh, that guy copied Dustin's like melody lines." Like you listen to a lot of, again, I'll just use pop punk for example. Those melody lines, there's a lot of
Yeah.
them that sound a lot the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not a lot of people who are doing melody lines like this, at least in this style. If you want to go into like blues and stuff like that, there probably is. He's pulling from somewhere, he's pulling influence, but for being in the genre, in the scene, like they are very unique.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. And it's kind of funny that I don't know. It's kind of funny that bands like Thrice, I mean, they really only have 4 albums that like everything up to Vhessiu is what people love, and then after it's like they're a completely different band. They have more albums that don't sound like the earlier stuff that do sound like the earlier
Yeah.
stuff, and yet like they don't miss because like you go into to be everywhere is to be nowhere. The intro to Hurricane, the first time I heard that, I was like, oh hell yeah, like this is it, like this is the Thrice. I'm like, this was like the perfect comeback for Thrice. Like you knew they were never going to be as heavy as before, but like listening to Hurricane or Black Honey or Death from Above, dude, Death from Above is such a sick song.
Yeah.
Like Death from Above is like heavy, like they break down in it. And like the lyrical stuff. I know this album specifically is like very political
Yeah.
and it's great. Like they don't do it gimmicky. They don't do it's still one thing that I will say about Thrice, like even, and I've heard people say this that aren't like even Christian either, is like their lyrical content is so good. Like it's deep, it's meaningful, it's thought provoking. It's not, tongue in cheek on the tip where like it's really easy to get like you can sit down and listen to these songs and lyrics and like actually think about it. And this album did a political album in a way that's thought provoking for people, not just saying, hey, government sucks. It's more of like, what is Black Honey? Why is that bad? What are we
Yeah.
doing? What is the cause of, of what we did in the Middle East to get Black Honey, which was oil? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, but then they throw in songs like The Long Defeat, and it's like, yeah, I want to be a good person. I want to be better. There is hope and stuff. And I just like musically, I know that this doesn't necessarily meet up to the standard people had of like old Thrice, but like I feel like this is a great comeback album.
Oh yeah. No, and listen, I didn't give it the due it probably deserved because I heard Black Honey. I was like, again, like it's just another bluesy album, like
Yeah.
unique. But then you start like again paying attention and thinking about it, and the music video that goes along with Black Honey, like again, very thought provoking, very interesting. Blood on the Sand, dude, that opening, just like where it comes in, he's bending that open note, like that first
Yeah,
note. Like I was like, oh, like that was actually the song on this album that caught me. Like I love that song.
cool.
So cool. Just it felt like it could be a more mature post-hardcore album that was
Mm,
incorporating some of the blues stuff into it. And so yeah, no, like this was a great, great comeback album. Black Honey obviously grew on me. Like you said, Death from Above. The fact that they took that time off, they just had put out bluesy albums, and he's like screaming, like yelling heavy
yeah,
riffs on this. I don't think that this was expected. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
either.
I don't
Yeah,
think that this was an expected album. And I think that what you said, this was the perfect comeback album for him. Anything else, like if it had been Major Minor, like if they
mm,
took the break between Beggars and Major
yeah,
Minor,
yeah,
I think that they wouldn't be who they are today.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So one thing that is said in this article that did bug me a little bit, um,
Oh, dude, I was gonna say the same thing. I think I know where you're going.
well, you say what, because I
Is it
think I'm going to phrase it wrong.
the person that said if you want to get into Thrice, listen to this album? Or was it
It wasn't that comment, but
okay, there was another comment that maybe I forgot it that I wanted to pick apart too.
well, let's jump on that comment first. What bugs you about that one?
That they're
'Cause
wrong.
because
If you want to get into Thrice, you go listen to the Artist in the Ambulance.
I'll disagree with you.
Okay.
Because if you're getting into Thrice today, and basically you're like, I want to go buy Thrice albums, the ones that you're going to find are Horizons East, Horizons West. So if you want to get into Thrice, To Be Everywhere Is Nowhere is probably the better intro point because it's more in line with what West and East are doing. But you do get, like I said, you get Blood on the Sand and stuff like that that gives you that post-hardcore flair that's going to then take you back to Vhessiu. And if you're listening to Vhessiu, then you're going back to the Artist in the Ambulance. If you're getting into Thrice through the Artist in the Ambulance, you're not listening to their later discography, in my opinion.
That's what big media wants you to say. The real answer is the Artist in the Ambulance.
But give me your reason why though, because that's what I'm saying. Like if you want to listen to 12 albums, but you start with the Artist in the Ambulance,
even though
I don't think you're getting to them.
Even though Vhessiu is my favorite album, if you sat down with somebody that never heard of Thrice, you're putting on Artist in the Ambulance.
I agree with you. Because that's what we love.
It's what yeah.
That's what we love. That's what we love.
I can't explain it. I've listened to this album. I've listened to this band like so much. It's the right answer. Artist in the Ambulance. There's no logic. There's no reason. It's just, it feels right.
I'm telling you though, if you sit down with someone and you're like, let me show you the music that I love, and you turn on the Artist in the Ambulance, they're going to be like, cool. Then if you say, I'm going to show you some of their like newer stuff, and you turn on To Be Everywhere Is Nowhere, they're going to be like, oh, I get it. Because that's what like current music is. It's much more like what you're hearing today and stuff. And I disagree with you. Black Honey.
The right answer is Artist in the Ambulance.
I don't disagree with you, but what the article was saying, I think is correct in my opinion.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, I mean, listen. Thrice is nothing without the Artist in the Ambulance. So it's like they're not. So, but yeah. Anyways, my comment that I took issue with is they said something about a small but devoted following. They said something about a small and devoted following right after they said the Artist in the Ambulance went on their 20-year sold out US tour. I'm like, it's not a small devoted following. Thrice is one of the bigger bands in in what we know, right? I think what they were trying to say is they haven't broken the mainstream. And it's because I don't think Thrice wants to be Rise
Yeah, I don't
Against.
think they
I
care
might
either.
be wrong about that, but I don't think they want to be Rise Against. I don't think they want to be Parkway Drive playing arena rock shows. Maybe they do, but I
I just
also think they want to do them.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing. I don't think they get the creative freedom that they've had in the 26 years or whatever by trying to be popular. Clearly, or they wouldn't have made Beggars or
Right.
Major Minor. You know what I mean? Which is funny because that's the type of music that probably would have got them the closest to it. But you know what's interesting? The same thing happened to AFI, right? When they changed their sound and started making more mainstream media, they actually got less popular.
Yeah.
And I guess you could argue that about Thrice. But look, man, we're coming up on like 2 hours, so let's burn through these last three real quick. I actually really like Palms. I
Okay.
listened to this album quite a bit.
Okay. Tell me
When
where to go with it because again, I've actually listened to the newest two a decent amount, but
Okay,
like the three in between Major Minor, uh Nothing Nowhere and Palms, I didn't listen to a ton of these. So
okay.
tell me where to
Well,
start with this
I
one.
actually have a little bit of emotional attachment to Palms as well, because this came out the same month that my daughter was born, and when I would stay up and like she was crying or whatever and wasn't sleeping and stuff, like I would put this on my phone and would listen to it with her. Beyond the Pines is a spectacular song. I think that they pulled from more post punk type stuff in this album because if you listen to songs um like Just Breathe has a very post punk feel, like especially in the chorus, and like there's a like female vocalist that comes in at the end, very like almost Air from Alchemy Index feeling
Okay.
to some of it. Everything below my soul is the song I'm thinking of, feels like it could be on The Cure. Maybe it's a little more atmospheric and experimental, but it's very post punky.
Okay. I mean, that's again kind of coffee shop bluesy and stuff
Yeah,
like that. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying. The song that I remember off this album is The Gray.
The Gray's
Like
good.
The Gray, great song. Again, it kind of picks up. It has that weird kind of opening guitar line
Yeah,
where it something's off, but it works. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like it the stuff that they do with like that kind of stuff, this is what keeps me coming back to Thrice
yeah.
is the unique weirdness that works. And for them to be able to do that correctly.
Yeah, well, and like from the Gray to going from like that really weird verse, with the weird guitar and stuff, but then he like stretches his vocals, like he's like, now I can finally
Yeah,
breathe,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
it like goes into like this really smooth melodic chorus, and it's like the change of sound between the verse and the chorus, it like really brings
You
you in
go
and
from
stuff.
like experimental to clean and
Yeah, yeah,
clear.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So I really like this album. I wish I haven't seen them in like years. I need to go see them again because I want to see a lot of these songs that I've grown to love played live, because I know they do. I think they play Beyond the Pines and stuff live. I'll have to ask my brother what they played, but I would love to see some of these songs from this album played live. I think it'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool. So, well, let's do Horizon East and West as one. I've listened to these albums. I have definitely not listened to them as much as their other ones. I think Scavenger is probably one of my favorite songs from them. I think it's kind of I don't know how to explain it. Scavengers feels like more of I don't know how to explain it, like a gothy type song. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It feels darker, like sonically, in my opinion, than stuff. I don't know. I need to listen to these albums a little more, but I think I like West more than East. After we talked about that today, I went back and listened to them. I do think I
Yeah.
like West more than East.
I do too. I think that's the West Coast is right. Obviously, they're saving the best stuff for their home coast. Um,
Yeah.
but no, I mean, like, listen, I've listened to this album a decent amount just because this album was out when we decided we were going to start the podcast. So I listened to it quite a bit. It's fine. There's definitely times on it though that just I don't
Yeah.
like Buried in the Sun, where they have that group vocal at like 40 seconds in. Like it just feels weird.
Yeah.
I don't love it. And then like it goes to where it's almost like a megaphone to him
Mm,
yelling kind of thing. Like it's just fine. But then you do listen to a song like Scavengers is dope. Summer Set Fire to Rain,
mhm. Great song.
phenomenal song. Such a
Yeah.
good song right there.
Even
Uh
like Robot Soft Exorcism is cool. It's just groovy. Like it feels, maybe that's a good word. It's like a goth groovy feel to it. It's like groovy. Some of these songs are just like they're like weird jazzy, but then it's like groovy.
yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know how to explain it. I
listen,
probably just sound
like
like an idiot.
this is gonna sound kind of dumb. Like I get Black Keys vibes.
Mm,
But then like at times you get Tool vibes kind of
okay.
thing, just because like they just are doing so much. And listen, Tepe is incredible. We've already talked about how insane his musicianship is. They may have gone overboard, right? They're like, listen, Tepe, maybe you need a side project. Maybe you need to filter out 3 or 4 of these ideas instead of putting all 12 into the same song, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's fine. I do
What?
think that West was the better album. Freaking Nash has a breakdown in it again.
Yeah.
Like, it gets back to um the grittiness that like of the Vhessiu breakdowns. You know what I mean? Like Nash
Right.
is a gnarly song. Um I think it's The Dark Glow that I was listening to a bunch today. It's just open, it's airy, it feels good.
Saying the Black Keys is really good. I also was thinking like the Mars Volta if the vocalist had hit puberty.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, yeah, you're getting into yeah, exactly. Incubus, that's another band that kind of comes to mind from time to time,
Queens of
like
the
some
Stone Age.
Queens of the Stone Age, some of like that heaviness, yeah. But here's the difference is like all those bands are fine. Like I can listen to songs from them. I can listen to a lot more Thrice,
Yeah.
probably because of Dustin, right? Like his vocals are just always going to be second to none for me. He's one of the best vocalists. We did a best vocalist of post
Mhm.
hardcore. We had him. Did we have him as number one?
He probably was number one for me since Thrice is my favorite band.
It
So
was one or two kind of thing. Like he's definitely one of the best vocalists in the scene to come out of hardcore to continue on with what they're doing, and it's just awesome. Again, the song Albatross, very bass driven uh intro. And the one thing I read, I think I already said this, but like they were jamming. They didn't come with their lead lines. Literally, they were just playing the bass line and then jamming these lead lines. Like that's incredible. And so, like
yeah.
stuff like this, it really is super impressive with what they're still doing, what they're still putting out, and to again still recognize and play your old stuff. Phenomenal. Yeah, like Thrice is one of the best to do it. So
They are. They're my favorite band. I listen to them a lot. I like them. I mean, I don't know that they could put out bad music. It could be like German death reggae. I don't know. I'll probably still listen to it.
I mean, there's some questionable stuff. Like there is.
There is
Let's not overcook it. Like there's
not
some
every
questionable stuff.
song is great. Well,
Yeah.
but like I could listen to every album though and be fine with it. Like you're never gonna have me like you're never gonna put on even like Major Minor Horizons East West. Like you're never gonna put on an album. I'm gonna be like, turn that off. You know?
Yeah.
You put on New Under Oath and I'm like, turn that off. I'm not listening to that.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
That good example. Okay.
So,
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like I absolutely could sit here and listen to Thrice all day. You shuffle Under Oath and there's stuff that I would be like, yeah, skip that.
right.
So there's not very much Thrice that you would actually say that. So
Yeah.
Fair.
Good band. There's a reason why this went 2 hours. Sorry. I hope people listen to it all. I actually enjoyed talking about this. So
yeah,
not that I haven't enjoyed the other stuff, but you know, this
is
maybe
it'll break. Maybe we'll break it into two. Cut it an hour.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Let's do that.
We'll go up to Vhessiu and we'll talk all this lovely stuff. And then it'll hit everything after Vhessiu. Right. And it'll just be like, well, that was an hour of just shit.
I'm just going to cover it like whatever is half. Like I'm just going to go half. It'll be mid sentence and I'm just going to cut it right in half. And we'll just do it that way.
So dope. Well, we'll see. I mean, maybe the first half will come out this week. Otherwise, you got 2 episodes going into 2026. So,
yeah. Cool.
So, well, cool, man. Well, we'll be back. Maybe.
Bye.
Peace.